Do you have a fan in your house where the pull chain doesn't work? Well, don't worry. It's not that difficult to fix. I'm going to show you how to fix both the fan pull chain and the light pull chain. It's pretty easy and only about $5 to repair. So let's find out what we need to get started. Well, this is all you're going to need. You're going to need some wire nuts. If you're doing your fan, you're going to need 3 wire nuts and this piece, which is a 3-way fan light switch. And if you're just doing a light, you only need 2 wire nuts and the fan light switch. And each of these is about $5. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver or a drill, and you're going to need some wire strippers. And that's all you really need to do it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for the fan, you need to get into this part. Usually there'll be 3 screws around there, but on this one you have to take this bottom cap off with the 2 screws, and then there's going to be 2 screws in here that I have to loosen to lower the light kit. Make sure before you do anything that the power is turned off. Alright, with the light kit disconnected now we can start to taking the old switch out. You're going to want to unscrew this on the outside. Save that for later. Now we've got it out. Okay, so the switch I bought has 3 wires, and the switch that's in there has 4 wires. But as you see, they're all numbered. There's an L, a 1, 2, and a 3. And the switch I bought has an L, a 1, and a 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect these wires. I'm going to wire nut off the one that's labeled 3, and then I'm going to connect the 1 and the 2 to this corresponding 1 and 2 on the fan switch. Alright, I have the new switch installed. I just disconnected the wire that was labeled number 3. I hooked up the corresponding 1, 2, and L wires. Now let's turn everything on and see if it works before we put everything back together. Alright, now that it works, we're going to turn it off and put everything together. Alright, now that you have the switch hooked up, you just feed the chain end through, and since you saved that finished nut that matches your fan from earlier, you screw it on, and then you can put the rest of your fan back together, and you're done with the fan. Alright, the light is quite a bit easier to fix than the fan. All you have to do is access this part. Now this one's easy, it's only got a couple screws that hold it on. So I'm going to go ahead and take those off. Alright, first thing you want to do is take off this nut right here and put that aside and save it for later so we can reuse it at the end so we know that it matches our fan. And with that free, we can pull out the switch. Now, we're going to do this simply by cutting these wires because it's just an on-off switch. And then we can strip off these 2 wires and wire nut our new switch onto them. Now remember, always check and make sure the power's turned off. Otherwise, you're not going to have a good day. And it doesn't matter which one's which. Like I said, this switch is just a straight on-off switch. Just wire nut one set of wires together, and then wire nut the other set together. Then we'll test it. We'll turn on the power and test it. Alright, as you see it works, we're just gonna, all we have to do now is thread the chain back through the hole. We've got the end through. So we're going to take that nut we saved from earlier, thread it back on the chain, tighten it down. And all we have to do is put that bottom piece on and we're done. Well, that's how you change both a fan pull chain and your fan light pull chain. It's not that difficult, and it only costs about $5 each. If you've got a fan not working, give it a try. Don't forget to turn off the electricity. Don't forget to click to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.